Hello, I'm Martin Wimpress, and I'm going to introduce Jivetalking, a software audio producer that turns raw microphone recordings into broadcast quality audio in one command with no configuration. I co-host Linux Matters with my friends Alan and Mark. We recently went independent, and that means we've got no more post-production services. We are three blokes with three different microphones in three different home offices, capturing three different recordings of variable audio quality. We needed a solution. We are not audio engineers, so it must be automated. How hard could it be to build an automated sound engineer in software? Well, the pre-DSP era studios produced excellent quality audio for decades using hardware that is well understood and by modern standards relatively simple. So 4 pieces of legendary audio hardware informed our design. The Drawmer DS201 is a noise gate that cleans up the gaps between phrases. The Teletronics LA2A is an optical compressor and with warm leveling. And the CBS Volumax is a broadcast limiter from the AM radio era. Dolby SR is an analog noise reduction system. Vintage hardware had knobs that humans turned by ear. Adaptive software needs numbers. So Jivetalking measures first. It measures the recording, capturing loudness, metrics, true peak, and 13 spectral shape metrics. It hunts for the cleanest room tone profile and scores each of the speech regions to derive a speech profile for each presenter. Our goal is consistency. Every presenter track must hit the same target level so we sound like we're in the same room. It turns out FFmpeg has all the audio features needed to faithfully reproduce these legendary audio circuits. So I built FFmpeg Statigo, auto-generated Go bindings for the FFmpeg C libraries with 85% API coverage, statically linked so the whole of FFmpeg is inside the Jivetalking binary, no version drift and complete programmatic control. I'm most pleased with the noise reduction. The first stage is non-local means denoising, a technique now common in medical imaging for cleaning up MRI scans. It treats the audio spectrogram as a 2D signal, finds the patterns across it, and treats everything else as noise. The second stage is a Dolby SR-inspired compounder that squeezes the residual denoiser, that squeezes the hiss that the denoiser may have missed. Here's a before and after. So this is a clip of Mark's audio. It's very noisy. X-axis is time, Y is audio frequency, digital silence is black, spoken word is in the reds. The blues and purples are room noise and hiss. The blue horizontal lines are radio interference from a wireless headset transmitter, audible as a persistent hum in the riding under the speech. So this is what it looks like afterwards. The persistent radio interference is gone. The gaps between speech are silent with no residual background noise. The spoken word is prominent, has more energy, and is more forward. So how was this achieved? Here's the main processing filters, each preparing the signal for the next. High pass removes rumble. Noise gate strips out the background noise so the gate can effectively mute between the phrases. Compression turns the quiet parts up and the loud parts down so the voice sits at a steady level. Then we have 2-stage normalization with a limiter to create headroom, and then linear normalization to hit minus 16 LUFS. Minus 16 LUFS is the target for podcast platform production, and Jivetalking hits that every single time. Jivetalking is instrumented. Long story short, produces lots of numbers. I feed them into an LLM. It tells me how to adapt the heuristics in the software to get the best quality audio out the other side. James Cridland is the editor of Pod News, Podcast Hall of Fame inductee, and the ex-BBC audio quality lead. He reviewed Jivetalking, validated that both the design and the results were good. Well, he actually rejected my initial design, but after implementing his feedback, we got the thumbs up. So how hard was it? Yeah, it turns out it was. It took all my spare time from November 2025 until March 2026. So that's it. Jivetalking, written in Go, runs on Linux and Mac OS, tuned for anything where humans talk. The name is a nod to the Bee Gees' Jivetalking, which was recorded in January 1975 on a console with noise gates through Dolby noise reduction and mastered on a Volumax-inspired limiter and an LA2A compressor. 50 years later, the same ideas rebuilt in software. Thank you.